I'm gonna love you. So good that it almost hurts. Steady and true as a Bible verse. My heart skips just thinking of you. Go on and bet it all, baby, we can't lose. Time's gonna put a few lines on our face.
We can cover it up, but hair's gonna gray.
Life's gonna fly and be gone too soon. Now
Columbus, this is Sportsvisions 92.1. You're listening to the Sportsvisions Morning Show, brought to you by Global Diagnostic Services and the Finley Firm. Here's DJ Jones and Thrift Behringer.
Good Monday morning and welcome everybody to another edition of the Sports Visions Morning Show. I am Walter and Betty Jones's baby boy, Daryl DJ Jones, Coach Larry Bush's grandson. We call him the Thrifter. Thrift Behringer, good morning. How are you?
Great morning, DJ. Had an excellent weekend. Can you believe that we're already at the end of October? Where the heck is the time going, DJ?
Week 10 of high school football, is it?
Yes, week 10. So for GIAA schools, they're done. No more regular season, and some public schools. And playoffs start actually this week. Can't wait to get into that with you, DJ. And then also, we got the final week of the regular season for those public schools. So can you believe it? It is finally here.
Yes, indeed. And, of course, our Swiss Army knife, we call him Richie Rich. His name is Richard Holdridge. Good morning. How are you?
Great morning, DJ. Had a wonderful weekend. Can't wait to talk about sports with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, man, I just want to wake up everybody this morning by saying congratulations to all of the Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame inductees, to include our very own Isaiah Crowell. We'll get in, have the opportunity to unwrap that, Thrift, because we had just a dynamite program on Saturday evening at the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta. It was definitely a treat. Also, congratulations to Kayla Green. She is a young student at George Washington Carver High School. I was invited to speak on behalf of the Georgia Coaches Association. Coach Charles Flowers invited me in, and man, what a wonderful project by Kayla. She it was actually a school project for fentanyl and opioids awareness that was to kick off Red Ribbon Week, which is now. And again, just a phenomenal opportunity to go up and talk to some coaches, some players, some parents. It was a phenomenal event, and she deserves a great deal of respect, as well as a congratulatories to Kayla Green. Hey, man, I want to say, let me do this. Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody out there in Facebook land and YouTube land. Of course, we appreciate the fact that you allow us to help you get your day started, as we always do. And, of course, whether you're cooking breakfast for the kiddos, getting ready for them to go to school and send them off, or you're cooking breakfast for yourself and you're preparing to go into the office, go into the job, or whatever you're going to go and do your thing this morning to earn a living, to keep a roof over your head, we are absolutely over the moon with the regards of having the respect of you to listen to us this morning. And, of course, whether you're walking in your early morning walk-in with your ear pods or whatever, your headgear, whatever you have on, we thank you for listening. And my favorite, the folks that are just rolling over in the morning to just kind of, get the day started because they want to catch up on the weekend sports scores, all the stories. I mean, and boy, we got some stories. Another SEC coach fired, guys. But before I say that, we get into that, all of our friends out there in WLTC HD2 Sports Visions 921 land, we love you, but it ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
Hello, somebody.
Guys, let's get this party started. My God, another SEC coach is gone.
Nobody's safe.
And it's not Auburn Tigers. And many people thought it was going to be
Hugh Freeze.
that.
Goodness gracious, man. I tell you what, Brian Kelly, his days were numbered. To be honest with you, and I'm not just saying this because he has been let go or he has been told that he will not return. I thought he was a little bit more of a and I don't know the word for it. I'll think of it probably, but he was just kind of a little bit, he wasn't a down. It's something about being a coach in the SEC. And again, if being a down south kind of guy, whatever that may be, he's just not a Kirby Smart. He's not a Lane Kiffin. He's not even Kalen DeBoer is still not that kind of guy. And I understand the change in the record and all the greatness he had, but he just was a bit arrogant for me.
Yeah, and it also showed, again, no offense to Notre Dame, but it's really hard winning year in and year out in the SEC. And the thing is, he didn't lose to bad teams. It's just that LSU lost to A&M, Ole Miss. Their 3 losses are A&M, Ole Miss, and Vanderbilt. Well, guess what? All 3 on their top 10.
Yep.
Vanderbilt's number 9,
yep.
Ole Miss number 7, and A&M's undefeated, ranked number 3.
Yeah.
Again, not terrible losses, but when you lose 49-25 at home against A&M, I don't care how good they are, LSU fans expect you to be just as good, and you just can't lose by 25 points. So this was he knew the writing was on the wall. Now LSU, I think, is the number 1 job in America. I think they're over Florida and Penn State, and I think they're going to have an open checkbook. And I think anyone that is a decent coach, that like the top coaches on the market, they're going to look at LSU before they look anywhere else.
Well, let's hear what Richard has to say, because I think he's a big Brian Kelly fan.
Oh yeah, the buyout is $54 million. By the way,
yeah.
Brian Kelly is probably going to go to either Florida or Penn State. He is probably the number 1 after Lane Kiffin. I think right now Lane Kiffin is the number 1 candidate. LSU is going to open up that checkbook to Lane Kiffin. If Lane Kiffin decides, I think that Ole Miss might give Lane Kiffin an extension. I mean, you saw what Kirk Cignetti did in Indiana with that extension, that you're going to see these coaches that I've heard something crazy. Nick Saban going back to LSU, coming out of retirement. But here's a candidate I like, Joe Brady.
Joe Brady.
He is the architect to the greatest offense ever assembled in 2019. Yeah, Thrift, Joe Brady. I think Joe Brady's ready to be the head coach.
Give us a background on Joe Brady.
Joe Brady, he was like he wasn't the offensive coordinator in 2019. I think he was like the offensive assistant, consultant, passing game coordinator, I think. But he was responsible for Joe Burrow winning the Heisman. You had Jamar Chase, you had Justin Jefferson, you had Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You had one of the greatest offenses ever assembled, and probably one of the greatest teams of all time, that 2019 LSU Tigers team that won the national championship.
Yeah, I'm not believing in Joe Brady. The more and more I think about that team, the more and more I think that there's about 30 billion offensive coordinators that could have put up that type of points with freaking Joe Brady, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
You're pulling the Jerry Jones.
Moss. I mean, that team was the most loaded team, and Ed Orgeron is the one that went out and recruited him. Joe Brady just put a system in place that for Burrow, I mean, but again, we're talking Joe Burrow, one of the most cerebral quarterbacks. He could run any offense and be successful. So, no, LSU's not going from Brian Kelly to freaking Joe Brady. There's no way.
And, when you're talking football, for those folks out there that don't know some of these names, if you know Joe Flacco, well, you know that Joe Flacco is now with the Cincinnati Bengals. And obviously having an opportunity to have 2 all-pro wide receivers, that makes it a little bit different when you when you have resources and talent, to go along with it. But anyway, I tell you what, there's an awful lot of jobs that are available. And again, there's still more to come. Again, as you made mention to Auburn, congratulations, by the way. They got a win in, and I tell you what, they needed one like, they needed a bad win. They needed it. I mean, it felt good. I don't know if it's going to do any good, but, at the same time, congratulations, Hugh Freeze and Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze needed that win.
Needed it.
I think it was more about the defense, and the more and more I see DJ Durkin, if they do fire Hugh Freeze, there is so much talent on that Auburn defense. They single-handedly won that game, and DJ Durkin will be a head coach somewhere, even though remember what happened at Maryland, getting fired, how he was treating the players in practice. But Hugh got to win, and here's my feeling on it. If you're Auburn and you fire Hugh Freeze now, you're going to be the 4th job on the market. That means you're not getting a top tier. You're not getting the cream of the crop. You're just not. You're behind LSU, Penn State, and Florida. You're right there with Arkansas. I would say above them, but then now you're going to pay out another coach. I just don't see it. I think that Auburn's going to beat Kentucky this week, beat at Vanderbilt, watch them upset them, take down Mercer, lose to Alabama, go 7-5, and they're going to keep Hugh Freeze for one more year because they just don't feel like they can compete with the other three.
Guys, I'm convinced that this is just a way of doing business in the SEC today. Of course, in college football, these buyouts don't seem to frighten anybody because, again, when you talk about the billions of dollars that these programs are worth, obviously it's a drop in the bucket to get the guy that they want. Yeah, it's a loss, but they got the money. It's not like they're spending money that they don't have. And when they want to fire these guys and they have these 40, 50 $1 million buyouts. Of course, Brian Kelly with whatever he's going to do. But I do know that he's not going to be unemployed long. He has a great reputation in college football. And people seem to, although I said, he seems to be a bit arrogant, people like that academic kind of guy. They know that he's more than just a football coach. I mean, this guy is, he's a father figure in a lot of ways, but he's a corporate kind of guy. So you kind of get that professional flavor when you think about, today and recruiting and trying to say, okay, well, what's good and what's bad with the coaches and where should I go? He's a guy that you can trust. And, you feel that, okay, my kids are going to get more than just playing football if they go play for him.
Yeah, no, exactly right, man. And that's the point that I think that a lot of coaches are losing is that aspect of it, especially in the SEC right now when recruiting is at a prime, bringing in. But it's not just bringing in the talent. It's retaining the talent, developing the talent. And Nick Saban was right about one thing. Because of the NIL and transfer portal, that if you allow it, your program can really, and you look at Auburn, take a back seat to the ones that are really rolling right now. Now, on the flip side, you can drop drastically. You also can rise incredibly fast because of the NIL and transfer portal. That is the beauty of it. But that makes for what we have now, which is a bunch of high-profile coaches being fired.
Yeah, Richard, I tell you, man, the bottom line is, we're going to follow this thing closely, and it's going to be an interesting rest of the season. These teams are just phenomenal, man. Everybody's beating everybody, and I don't know about you guys. I was worried about it being, not as interesting, but I think from week to week, I'm tearing up my internet. I'm tearing up my phone to look and see the scores. I'm looking at the scoreboard shows to see what results are on Saturday nights and Sunday mornings to what's going on all during the weekend with these college football teams.
Yeah, I was too. And then we get the breaking news late last night that Brian Kelly is gone, and this is really starting to become a trend, especially with the early signing day in December. They want to get a coach already in place. I can understand. I think that LSU just jumped the gun a little bit. They think that, well, Brian Kelly has had plenty of time to win a national championship, and that's the expectation at LSU, to win a national championship, even though the SEC is loaded with top 10 teams. There's more teams in the SEC, and LSU has to face teams like Alabama. Ole Miss is better. Texas A&M is better. Georgia is better. So the expectations for LSU fans, yeah, because you saw Les Miles and Ed Orgeron win a national championship. How come Brian Kelly hasn't won a national championship and he's in year 4?
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and introduce to everybody out there that our lineup today. Tim Turner will be with us in just a little bit. Of course, he'll have all of our HBCU action from this weekend, of course, including I hate to say this, the Morehouse Maroon Tigers. They lost to homecoming down at Savannah State, but Terrence snapped that 3-game winning streak, but I'm sure that they're going to be back on track this week. From the AJC, Chad Bishop, Mr. Chad Bishop. He's the beat writer for the hottest team in America right now, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Guys, did you see them beat the brakes off of Syracuse?
8-0.
Goodness gracious.
Can you believe that?
Unbelievable. And also one of the most, enjoyable personalities in sports talk radio today. I call him, of course, just a thriller. His Nubyus Wilborn. It's always interesting to hear from Nubyus. And now, obviously, with the gambling allegations, or at least the charges, as you will, that were for the former NBA players and Coach Chauncey Billups. Just wanted to get his take on how he's feeling and what he's thinking. And again, the fact that the NCAA had approved for student athletes as well as staffers on these campuses to again gamble on professional sports, and then less than 48 hours, go figure, the FBI drops a bomb and arrests 30-some people involved with the mafia and gambling, with playing poker and Oh my God! I mean, we're going to hell. The world's going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, it's starting to become very scandalous, but it's also high tech. They've got this special table that has like X-ray vision where you could see the cards. I mean, this is
Thrift has seen one of those. Yep.
Oh,
you're a big card player.
This is starting to get like they make a Hollywood movie out of this.
Rich, you would be one of those they take advantage
I would
of.
not.
You
no.
would have been one of those they took advantage
no
of.
X-ray table.
If you were a millionaire, they would be coming for your money. For
I don't
sure.
even play poker.
But I will tell you, DJ, it is a black stain
Ooh.
on what I think should be one of the most interesting NBA seasons we've had in a long time. The rookies that are in this year. Victor Wembanyama looks like Shaq, but better right now. Like, he is unguardable. He may average 40 points a game this year. It's been incredible. But yet, what are we talking about right now? We're talking about the freaking, another scandal.
Yeah.
And now after Jonte Porter and everything else, Adam Silver's going to have to put his hand down. It's going to have to look ugly for it to get better. And I don't know what the solution is, but this ain't it. And this is, remember, this is the same league they dealt with Tim Donaghy and the referee thing.
Yeah.
Gambling has been a big part of the NBA cycle.
Our final guest today at 8:30, a little bit later on, of course, when most of you are well on your way to work and well on your way in class, we'll have Stephen M. Smith. He's the Bama Standard analyst. And again, it's all things Alabama. That's another school that everybody is, have basically given up on. And it's amazing how far we've come since week one. And again, that embarrassment down in Tallahassee against Florida State. But you know what? Everybody's looking at them as one of the top teams, which they should. And of course, the quarterback, Ty Simpson, is in the talks for the Heisman.
He's one of the favorites right now. Alabama, listen, they've been taking care of business against most teams. The last couple of weeks been playing really good football, but every now and then, especially in the SEC, you're going to have a day in which it's just not everything's going right for you. And how do you battle back? How do you overcome that adversity? They were up 14-0, and to score that touchdown as well, for one, get the turnover and then go all the way down the field and score that last second touchdown. There's something different about this Alabama team, and I do think that they have what it takes to win a championship this year. Remember, Kalen DeBoer was going to be one of those coaches, not Brian Kelly. After week one, LSU beat Clemson. Everybody's saying Brian Kelly's turned the corner, and DeBoer lost to Florida State, and they said Alabama's going to be opening. 7 weeks later, look where we're at now.
Wow. Hey, guys, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, I'm excited to talk about high school football from Friday night and Thursday night. Ricky Rogers, good morning. We appreciate you watching this morning. Carletta Passmore, we thank you for watching us, listening this morning, whether you're on Facebook, on YouTube, or listening on WLTC HD2, Sports Visions 921. We're going to take a short break and let you know that we'll be right back after this.
Would've gave you anything, would've gave you everything. You know I said that I am better now, better now. I only say that 'cause you know.
Hey, it's Dan Patrick. Thanks for making us your home for local, regional, national sports talk in the Chattahoochee Valley. This is Sports Visions 92.1.
Good morning. I'm Michelle Jennings, and here are your morning's headlines. President Donald Trump is in Japan after his visit in Malaysia over the weekend, where he presided over a peace treaty between Cambodia and Thailand. The president plans to sit down with China's leader this week with expectations of finalizing a trade deal. Meanwhile, fire crews in Rochelle, Georgia are putting out a fire that broke out Thursday morning at the Doster Peanut Drying Field on Wilcox Industrial Park. Rochelle Fire Chief Wayne McGunty said the possible cause of the fire was propane gas. In the Chattahoochee Valley, Harris County School Superintendent Dr. Justin Feeney is retiring from his position on May 31st of 2026 after working in the school district for nearly 20 years. The School Board of Education is starting the transition for the next year. From WRBL News 3, I'm Michelle Jennings. Have a joyful rest of your day.
Good Monday morning. We're starting off cloudy and wet with scattered showers, temperatures in the 50s. Scattered showers will remain in the forecast through the morning and into the afternoon, with those highs warming into the low 60s later today. Tonight, showers slowly tapering off, but the clouds will remain. We're going to be tracking another shot of some showers, which will arrive Wednesday as temperatures remain cool. Those highs expected to remain in the 60s as we head into the extended forecast.
Lori's Furniture Express, your expressway to safety.
Happy fall, y'all. It's Pumpkin Palooza time at Gorey's Furniture Express. Make a purchase, pick a pumpkin, and win a prize. Every pumpkin has a number, and every number is a winner. Discounts include 5, 10, up to 15% off, and you may even get free delivery. And that's only at Gorey's Furniture. You're going to love this place. Alabama Highway 169 in Opelika.
Are you looking for health insurance? Georgia's got you covered. Georgia Access is where you can enroll in health insurance plans that offer the best value for your needs. Compare plans starting October 1st. Open enrollment runs from November 1st to January 15th. Choose the plan that's right for you at georgiaaccess.gov. I'm Insurance Commissioner John King, and I'm proud to bring you health insurance for Georgia by Georgia.
Attorney advertising, Georgia. Attorney 770, good law car accident lawyers. Paid after dramatization. Hot dog does not mean we are the best. No guarantees of success.
Beware the dog. Gotta watch out. Beware the dog. He'll bite you. He'll get you. He's coming for you. Beware the dog. You at a traffic light right now. Looking in your rearview mirror like he needs to slow down. You at a red light. He texting on his phone. He ain't slowing down. He slams on his brakes. Barely missed you. I wish he would've called the dog. I wish he would've. Pulls up beside you to tell you he was sorry. You talking to him like, I was gonna call the dog. Light turns green. Y'all still there talking. A car comes up behind you, runs in back of you. Man, you really in the accident. What you gonna do? You calling the dog? What you gonna do? Any accident, big or small, top dog law.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight and you can't even throw an internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Every day, 12 children die from sepsis, more than from cancer. Most people don't know the word sepsis or the symptoms. Protect yourself and your loved ones. To learn more about the symptoms, go to sepsis.org.
This message is brought to you by the Armed Forces Vacation Club, a free membership travel hub for active duty military and veterans. Discover the world for free at afbclub.com. That's afbclub.com.
Now back to the Sports Visions Morning Show. Here's Denver Broncos 1987 AFC champion DJ Jones and Thrift Behringer.
Good Monday morning and welcome back to the Sports Visions Morning Show. DJ Jones, Thrift Behringer, and Richard Holdridge in the building. It's a great day for a great day, and thank you for waking up with us this morning. I tell you guys, again, Thursday and Friday last week, of course, high school football at its finest. Georgia Alabama Sports Live was on the scene in a major way. And again, guys, I'm going to let you guys just talk about the games and again, what was intriguing and of course the playoff options.
So we had 6 games we did this past Friday and some big time wins. Pacelli, I think, was a big winner from Friday night. They beat number 3 Westfield from 3A, which means Pacelli jumped up in the standings and got where they kind of wanted to be at 500. They're ranked 7th, so that means they host the first round against the number 10 seed this Friday. And if they win, they will be on the road against a team that's on a bye right now, the Brookstone Cougars. They're number 2 seed. So we could have Brookstone Pacelli in the playoffs for the 3rd time in the last 5 seasons.
Here
Unbelievable, man.
Yes,
so sign me up for that, but they got to take care of business this week. Pacelli does against Loganville. Brookstone's on a bye as the number 2 seed. Brookstone got a big win over Strong Rock. Great win by them at home on senior night, finishing 8-2 in Ian Headley's first season. That's an incredible feat with that tough schedule.
Yes.
Calvary got up in it against Strong Rock. They were Stratford, and they were missing several players. So Calvary finishes 500, still made the playoffs. They're the number 9 seed. They'll go on the road 3.5 hours away to Bethlehem, Georgia to play Bethlehem Christian, but it is a winnable game. And if they do win that, they'll have to play Stratford again, but this time at Stratford. So Harris County won on senior night as well, DJ. We did all 4 of those games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Smith Station, just tough loss against Enterprise. A lot of momentum headed in that game. They just didn't look good. Enterprise is a pretty good team that's playing for a playoff spot. So Blair Harrison finishes 2-8. But again, not worried about wins and losses. A culture was set, and I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us in year 2 over at Smith Station. And then I was at, and Richard, Columbus and Spencer, Kendrick and Shaw.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest shock out of anyone this past weekend, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't surprised that Spencer won, DJ. Let me state that. I thought this was going to be a close game. I predicted Columbus to win. But for Spencer to not only win, but dominate 28-0. Columbus never got in the red zone. They never had a chance to score. They barely got it past midfield. CJ Starr in that defense was lights out. Elijah Fudge was throwing dimes all over the place. And a running back by the name of Wesley Crawford was hard to tackle. And they won 28-0. And look at Coach Kegg's team. They won 5 of their last 6. And looking like they're going to be in the playoffs this year.
Had the opportunity to watch the Spencer Columbus game as well. Very impressed with the Green Waves, both offensive and defensively. They were impressive. I tell you, you know what? My heart felt for the quarterback, Andrew Smith, of course, quarterback at Columbus High School. He didn't come off the field. He played defensive back. He was the quarterback. He ran back kicks. I tell you what, it was incredible. And by the way, Richard, you look good over there. I saw you doing the halftime show. Instead of going, you were at the Beck Center, you guys stayed right there at the stadium, and everything went well.
Yeah, that production was absolutely fantastic. It really, Braden Holder, one of our producers, and Thrift, really it got that set up, and it was right on that causeway on the corner, and it was probably one of the most amazing backdrops that we've had for the halftime show, and it was just great that we were able to be there and to give score.